Hello, hello. Hello, hello. All right, all right. Let's see what it is right here. Let me hit this. Let me move this right quick. Move this. And I think we are good. Okay, we're live. We are live. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Welcome back to a new episode of You Have a Collect Call From. What up, Renee? What up, Butterfly? See who else is here. Neat Sua? Sheen Gators. Let me say what up, Dan. Man, every time I see Dan, I want to say darling. They say what's up, Redneck. Let me see who else is in here. What up, Mickey the man? How's it going? How are you doing today? What up, Sabrina? All right, there it is. There, we're getting the video call in right now. So right now we're gonna be doing some video visits. All right. Hopefully everything's working good. Hello, hello.
There you go.
What up? What up? How's it going today? How are you doing today, Ernie?
It's it's been a hot day over here.
Has it?
Heck yeah.
Yes, so.
What's San Diego weather?
There it is. There it is.
But it's been a good day.
That man, that's always a plus, man. That's always a plus.
Yes.
All
And
right.
I just got back from group. As a matter of fact.
What kind of group are you attending?
Oh, it's called the LWAP Alliance. LWAP Alliance group.
Hey, and for those individuals that are not familiar with LWAP, what does LWAP stand for?
LWAP stands for Life Without Parole, meaning that that's the sentence that I was sentenced to when I got convicted, and meaning that you you don't have a chance to ever get out or come home or get a parole hearing or anything like that. It means a slow death. In other words,
You know what?
that's
I've been meaning to ask you. So when you got sentenced, how long did it take for you to actually come to the realization that life without parole, that's what it meant? Was it instantly? Did it take you years?
honestly, it did took me a couple years to really grasp the concept of it, the full meaning of it, like life without parole, without that part, just the without parole. Because I knew the life part, like yes, life or life. Back in the '90s, if you got life, meant that you're just never getting out. So I thought that that was part of it, but I just didn't understand the without parole part. It took me a few years, you know, and I've never really talked about it. Like, oh, meaning like what I mean is like I never bothered to think about like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be getting out one day or or anything like that. I would just I was depressed. Like depressed, and then we mask it, or I maxed it with drugs, alcohol and drugs and stuff, and I would feel the pain, like man, just but like I said, I just mask it with if it wasn't with substance abuse, it was with violence or the aggression, you know. But yes, for the first few years, I didn't really understand what LWAP really meant. And other people would be like, "Oh man, you got LWAP, man. Sorry to hear that." And I just didn't think much of it. So, I'm like, "Sorry for what?" But then later on, within time, I started meeting other L. W. A. Ps. as well, other L. W. A. Ps. as well, other individuals that were sentenced to the same time as me, and, and, you know, I started meeting other L. W. A. Ps. as well, other individuals that were sentenced to the same time as me, and, and, you know, I started meeting other L. W. A. Ps. as well, other individuals that were sentenced to the same time as me, and like I related to them. I related to the hopelessness, That's what I related to. And but I started understanding, like, man, I'm never getting out, no matter what I do or what anybody does for me or whatever anybody says on my behalf, anything like that. Like I'm still not never getting out, and so it's just there's nothing I can do.
So I put some of the chat up here, Ernie. I'm not sure if you could see it. Let me see, because we do got we got to do we got to have a question, but actually, you know what? You can't see it on here. Let me read it off from here. Let me see if we got a question from Brittany Ann, and she's asking, how hard is it to maintain relationships with people on the outside?
Relationships, like friendships, like
I would assume
I'm
like any type of relationship, whether it's your family members, maybe like a girlfriend or just friends in general. Like what has your experience been in general with any type of relationship that you've had?
um friends, friendships, like it's with family. Like family is always like there. You know, I mean, um, it's not like difficult to have a relationship with people out there because it's about communication. That's what it's really about. You know, getting to understand one another and respecting each other's feelings and emotions and giving each other space if needed, and that emotional support, that moral support, you know. So that's not difficult to offer, to give. But of course, it takes maturity. A man that has matured, that could understand. That could understand and just be able to practice honesty, patience, uh, um, things like that. Those are all important. Trust. It's all important in any relationship, friendship relationship. And I'm referring to family relationships with family members, with your children, and even with significant other. It's the same concept. Um, and so, like I said, it's just uh, um, the person in here, like the person in my shoes, has to be mature, um, to make a relationship last, to maintain it. Because if not, the immatureness will show up real quick, and it's a recipe for disaster right away.
Thank you, Ernie. Thank you. Appreciate that. We got a bunch of people in here. We got Sarah. She writes hey. We got Cowgirl. She wrote hi. Let me see what else do we got. Let me see. Ray J. Hey, oh man, we got Ray J. We got Ray Jennings in here. He writes, it's definitely complicated considering the circumstances. And Ray J, I'm not sure if you're into watching Dateline NBC, but he was wrongfully convicted and he was exonerated, I believe, after 11 years. He was a security guard up in Lancaster, and there was a young lady that was unalived, and they ended up pinning it on him, and he went through the system, and he's been out, I think, for about 9 years. I want to say now, at this, either 11 or 9 years. He's been out at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's good. No, I've never seen that, or no, but I mean, that's good. Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
Oh,
man, yeah.
I'm getting excited. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good
man.
stuff.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, especially, you know what, he was in the army, and it definitely, turned his life upside down, and he had to pick up the pieces when he was finally let out, and I I've seen it a couple times. It had popped up, on TV because I do like watching Daylight NBC. And one of the fellas back at the Centinela ended up making that connection for me, and I was like, man, what, really? I looked it up. I was like, man, I think I've heard of that story, and I went back and I played back the videos, and I was like, oh man, I'm definitely familiar with his story.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm speechless. You know.
Hey,
Yes.
it's a trip because that's not something that you hear about every day. You do hear about people being convicted wrongfully, but you don't hear somebody getting exonerated and being and being released. So it is something that's rare. That I haven't that he would be the first of the first person that has been exonerated.
My screen is black.
Is it now?
I
We
can't.
we, we could still see you though.
Really?
Yeah,
Damn.
Ray J wrote he wrote he's speechless, laughing out loud.
Yeah. You know, it's like, man. What's crazy? It's like, man. I wish I could. The screen is dark, man. I can't see.
But we're good. We could see you. We could still see you, and we got audio and video. So that's all. That's as long as it's not freezing up. It's a good day with GTL.
It's like, like I've been here. I've been in.
Oh man, I spoke too soon. Oh man, so I'm assuming. Do you know him? I don't know him. I don't know him personally. I've never met him in person. I met him through one of the fellas back in the Centinela State Prison. He made the connection last year, and we finally got around to it. He's doing his interview now, so that's where we're at. Hey, what's up, Starlight? How's it going? So I'll go ahead and take the opportunity. Let me read some of these comments right here. Let me see, Cowgirl. Hey, what's up, Cowgirl? How's it going, Starlight? How's it going? Welcome back. And let me see. Does he have a team who fought for the chance of freedom? I'll go ahead and ask him right now. So, or when he calls back, the call, we were 11 minutes on this call before it went down. So we'll just go and wait for him to call back. And once he calls back, then we'll go ahead and continue. Oh, I know what's wrong with this thing. It's backwards. I mirrored this damn thing. Let me fix it up really quick. See, transform. What am I gonna see? Reset. Oh no! There we go. Here we go. All right. Okay, he's calling back. Let's see, or he's videoing back in. All right, Ernie.
It hanged up.
Hey, I guess I spoke too soon, right?
Yeah. What I was trying to say is, like, I've been in here, going on 28 years, and now the laws are changing and stuff, and people are now getting the chance, getting that second chance to come home, especially after what happened with the Menendez brothers. They took their LWAP off, and I'm gonna say like this: the other day, the reason why I'm saying this, right? The other day, they I was told that on Echo Yard and in Delta Yard, D Yard, they already pulled down some individuals with LWAP, and they already told them to, hey, get ready for your psych eval, which is your what is it? CRA, the comprehensive risk assessment. You know, and basically what that is kind of like a mini board. You're gonna go see the psych, and he or she, the psych, is gonna evaluate you whether you're a high risk, moderate risk, or a low risk if they decide to let you out. And the next step after that is actually appearing before the board. So that's what's starting to happen now. And so I don't even have parole plans ready. I'm barely drafting up a relapse prevention plan. I've been doing the work. However, it's been 8 years, a little like 8 years and a half, something like that. And I've been doing the work, but it takes time. You know, you just can't force that. Change is not forced. It change. It takes time. And but you know, what I was getting at is just basically is like, man, I've been in here going on 28 years, and just trying to figure out, you know, um, how to get support out there. You know, like I don't know, to for example, like getting jobs lined up. Like I never thought of that. You know, like I don't know anybody out there that help me get a job lined up for me or anything like that. So it's kind of like nerve wracking. It's where I'm at right now. Mentally, but excited because I got high hopes that you know um, one day they'll open the doors for me as well.
Hey, you know what? And to change the subject, I was thinking about something earlier on in the day. You know how you were talking about insight, and that's something that I didn't know about previously to starting starting this channel up. I had no idea. So, but that was a word that was I was talking to these gentlemen that were sentenced to life, and they would throw the word insight around, and I never knew I didn't know what it meant until I started inquiring about it, and they kind of broke it down to me. And you spoke about that the other day when you finally figured out that even though you were not the shooter, you had a hand in what ended up happening in that drive-by shooting. And I think a lot of us don't understand that, that haven't gone to prison on insight. But from hearing their stories, I've looked back in my life in situations that I wasn't the aggressor or active participant, but there was things that I did that caused certain things to happen. And fortunately for me, the people that got hurt, they didn't press any charges. But it's that easy. Even if you're not the one, pulling the trigger or cutting somebody up. And I want to go ahead and thank you guys for giving me, helping me out with the word insight, and looking back and within myself, and looking back at my life, and realizing that I could have easily been in a situation like that, um, even if I wasn't the one that actually did the actions.
Yeah, insight is well, back then, um I I got 8 years in doing the work, so I have a good understanding of what insight is and the different elements of insight. Um, but however, years back though, I didn't understand what that was. That was foreign to me. I didn't. I couldn't explain nothing to you. If anything, I would just blame everybody else except me. I would play the victim role, like, oh, poor me. But no, today insight is real important. That's the only way you're gonna ever have a chance to come home. Understanding who you were before the crime happened, during the night of the crime, and even after the crime. You know, um, who you were. What is your what is like Ernie? What is your why? Why why did you allow this to happen? Why did you decide to take somebody's life? What made you capable or callous to want to take another human being's life? And so insight is basically self reflect, looking within yourself. It's looking at the inner like it's a lot of work. and the ones in here that have done the work, they understand that lingo. And not only that, you don't have to speak anything about it inside, but I'll just see it through your behavior. You can see it. Like, man, this dude, he doesn't act like these other dudes, because he's done the work. You can see it through his behavior, like being respectful, being honest, having integrity, valuing friendships with honesty. Because many times in the neighborhood, we value the homie friendship type relationship, but with all deception and dishonesty. It's crazy how that sounds, but that was our integrity. We it's the opposite now. Today I have integrity in doing things that are right. You know, uh, um, as opposed to having integrity, getting things done when it needed to be done. I could be reliable. That was the opposite, the negative integrity. If that makes any sense.
No, I for sure get you. I understand that the whole concept of it. Because when you're out there doing it, and you're around a bunch of like-minded individuals that are trying to obtain, the same, the same, the same either status or monetary gain. You guys are all on the same page, so uh, uh, you're not helping, each other, move in a positive way.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me ask you something. So, when you guys were or when you were driving the car and you had you had the shooter, and then you had your buddy that was in the wheelchair. Do you guys do you feel like everybody was equally guilty of what happened that night, or do you feel like for instance, the guy in the wheelchair, obviously, he can't control his body, and he was going to go wherever you were going to take him, but was he being vocal about the whole situation, or what was his state of mind? Was he like, yeah, I'm ready to do this, or he didn't say anything about it?
No, he was all for it. He was all for it. Like, yeah, let's go see. Or like, even in like when my passenger started arguing with the individual on the um on the curve. He's like, yeah, I mean, both of us. I was even saying it, like, yeah, get that fool. So he was all for it, and but like I said, once he got arrested, like, he couldn't take the heat, he couldn't handle it, and that's how we ended up getting arrested. Because he got arrested first, and I mean, now it's like I said, it's almost 28 years later. Now it's like, man, I don't blame him. Like, I can't blame him. Like, he did what he did, and that's it. But did I have anger towards him back then? Hell yeah. Like, I felt betrayed. You know, I was like, man, don't let me catch you. Yeah, don't let me catch you somewhere in the county. But that was my mind. My
Yeah.
mindset back then. And but today, now, no, I'll leave him alone. Like, I don't I don't feel no ill will towards him or nothing like that. Nah, man, just the past is the past. It's gone, man. And that's it. But after we got arrested, yeah, I felt like I was less culpable. Like, nah, it's not all my fault. I was just a driver.
Yeah.
You know. But in reality, no, I'm just as guilty and just as responsible as the shooter. How is by I was a gang member that night. I I was I was there. I shared the ideologies of the gang, and so you know, my beliefs help pull that trigger. You know,
Yeah,
so
for sure. So and another thing I was thinking about, because I know you kind of glossed through it, with when you were involved in that riot, and you ended up, stabbing an individual, and eventually some things transpired. I'm not exactly sure if it was in that order, but you were asked to do some things, and you decided not to do it. Can you take us, can you take us back and give us a little bit more details in regards to what happened, and how you ended up, walking away from the, from your former gang, and were you required to give up any information, like to debrief? Because that's a word that you hear thrown out here a lot, is that when people cross over from GP over to SNY, that they have to give up information. So
can I call you back real quick before it hangs up?
nah, for sure, yeah, you
It,
definitely can.
it's gonna hang up right now.
Okay, for sure.
So let me call you back.
Okay, all right, we'll be
Okay.
waiting.
All right.
All right, so Ernie's gonna call us back. He's gonna call us right back, and once he does, then we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and continue. Let me see. Ali writes, I feel bad. Yeah, 40 seconds. Yep. The clock was ticking, and I'm trying to fix something on my screen over here. So hopefully, my phone doesn't give out right now. All right, let me close this up here and wait for the other call to come in. Let's see, let me close this up. And yeah, I know somebody asked me earlier if I'm gonna be doing some court hearings. Obviously, right now I'm not gonna be doing them because I'm in the middle of this phone call. But like I always say, if you do like watching those hearings, I'm always running them on a daily basis on YT. They are running on YT right now. I'm running Maricopa right now, and I mean, sorry, I'm running Pima, and Maricopa should be starting up in the next few minutes. So you're more than welcome to jump over there. Hello, hello.
Hello. We're back.
We're back, and we're back. All right, Ernie. So yeah, so I was asking you about your whole experience. What was it like? What ended up happening that made you cross on over?
Okay. um, I can say that um, after the after the riot, and like I said, I ended up stabbing somebody in a riot, and I went to the back, to the hole, and they gave me a shoe, and so you know, being back there, I was back there for like a year, but being back there in the hole in North Kern, and you know, like I just wanted to leave that place, but then I was asked if I was willing to do another favor, you know, and these favors are pretty much is imposing violence on another person, you know. That's what these favors are. It ain't like, hey, can you buy me a beer, you know. So they asked me to do this favor and to take care of somebody, you know, to move in with somebody and take care of them. And so I already knew what that meant, and so I had said no, you know, go ask somebody else, and I knew the consequences of saying no. There's consequences behind it, and so you know, they're just like, okay, all right. And so I knew something was gonna happen, I just didn't know when. And so, one day or one morning, I go to the mini yard. The mini yard is like having like 15, 20 guys in one little cage, and so for like 2 hours or 3 hours, we're just there. That was our yard. Well, one morning, they all went in there. I was the last one, and before you know it, there's two people on. Can you hear me? Can you
Yeah,
see me?
yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
Damn, it went blank again.
Now we're good. We're good. We can hear you.
Oh, there it is. And so, um, um, oh, they said they love my hat. Thank you. It's just a gray hat. It's not a Dodger hat, but I wish it was. Or a Laker hat. um, so I was saying that, you know, um, before you know it, two guys just get on me, and they one starts holding my hand, trying to slice me with a razor blade in his hand, and he's swinging it all in front of me, and I'm trying to get loose, but he's holding my hand because we try to shake each other's hand, and that's how it started. And so then the next person comes behind me, and he starts stabbing me in the back, and so I'm just going crazy. I'm just swinging, fighting, and I wouldn't stop because now I knew what time it was. Like, oh crap, I just went on survival mode, and I just kept fighting, and cops were shooting at us, and not the Mini 14, but they call the Big Bertha, and so after a while we all got down, and so you know, um, long story short, um, I just gave it some thought after um, months went by, and I just got tired. I was just like, you know what? All the things I did for these people, and this is how they return the favor. Like wow, like it was an eye opener for me. Like you know what? I'm good, man. And so yeah, I just chose another route, and I just chose to come to this side, and then but by me, me saying choosing to come to this side didn't mean that I just I want to come to this side because I want to go home or I want to program. No, I was still
You still have
with
that
my
mentality.
that gang member mentality. I was still a criminal. I was still a gang member. I got involved in different things over here. I was always going to the hole. Nothing really changed. You know, so I was still doing what I was doing, um, and I was still drinking, still getting high, doing all that. And fast forward all the way to 2017. That's when I just got tired. I just got tired, like and it just so happened that I assaulted another inmate on January 2017, and that's when I was like, you know what, I'm good, I'm tired. Like, I don't want to put my hands on nobody. I don't want to be violent, be aggressive. I don't want to be angry no more. Like, I'm good. I'm tired. I just want to feel peace. I just estaba cansado, you know, of the madness. I already knew what getting high was to its fullest. I've overdosed before, so I already knew that. Like what that felt like. I woke up at CTC, handcuffed to the metal bed. wondering what the hell happened. I'm crying because I have the nurse right there telling me, "You're lucky to be alive. You're lucky," and I'm like, "Damn." And all I can think of in that moment was my daughters. Like, damn, I don't want to leave them. So that's what I mean by I'm just tired. Like, I wanted something different. I wanted a new life, and I just rededicated my life to the Lord, and just started focusing more on my spiritual walk, my growth. You know, reading the Word of God and growing in my knowledge in Christ. And so it's been since then till this till now till today till this day, this present day right now. We're on the 21st.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
and I've been sober, I've been clean, I haven't had no write-ups, I haven't fought with nobody, gracias a Dios, like I'm good. you know and so yeah, I just feel peace, I feel better about myself, I respect myself today, I love myself today, I'm proud of myself, I'm proud of the choices that I make today, and I have my self-esteem. My self-esteem comes from doing good, helping other people, being of service. Yeah, just all these different things. But
So, because a lot of people focus on, once you go on, to PC, they assume that people are weak, and what I want to show is that there is life after SNY. SNY doesn't define, who you are, as an individual. We all have past, and you're moving forward with your life, and you're not on the same path that you were, the path that you were on, and
yeah,
if you want to change, then you can change. Let me ask you, as far as change, how many people, how many like-minded individuals are located right there where you're at, like the percentage wise, is it like 10%, 20%, like how big is it? Because obviously, like you mentioned, when you went crossed over, you were still on that negative tip, and you were still looking for problems. So how many people are on a positive tip where you're at?
um, there's there's a little handful. It's not a lot. There's it's because it's a mixture of people here because it's a non-designated and it's a level two, and so you still got your spice heads. There's a bunch of them. There's we call them spice heads. I don't know what that is, but I know they smoke it and they get all twacked out. And like zombies and stuff. You know, and but the community that is doing good on the right path, it's a small one, and we all know who we are, like because we all come together. And we're like a little community. We hold each other accountable. We help each other with little things that we need, whatever it is. You know, and that's real important in here to have that positive support, that little community, like-minded individuals. Yes.
And at the beginning, how hard is it, to stay on that path? Once you said, like, hey, I'm tired of this life, and I've done all of this. Once you decided to change, how hard or how easy is it to follow that path?
It's it's not easy at first because it wasn't easy for me, and I see that it's not easy for other people. Now that I know the difference, I see it in other people, and so it wasn't easy for me because I was still okay. This is how I was. Like, I don't want to be violent no more, but I'm gonna still get high. I don't want to be fighting people. I don't want to be aggressive, but I still want to drink wine. Um, so it was a progression, a process, and uh, um, eventually I stopped getting high. I stopped drinking, but I couldn't do it by myself. I needed other people to help me. I needed a support group. I needed I needed healing within myself, and that was my healing came. Honestly, it just came through my relationship with Jesus Christ. You know, the Lord, my Savior, and that's where I found my healing. Where it's like, if He's able to forgive me, why can't I forgive myself? And so that's how it was. It's not easy in the beginning, but eventually, if you want change, you will make it happen.
Man, that's what's up. Congratulations, Ernie. I know a lot of people were congratulating you in the chat. I'm not sure if you were able to see that on the screen, but yeah, they're they've been dropping some comments on here. I know I saw one from Ray J a moment ago. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me see if I could find it here. I think I might have lost it. But yeah, a lot of people were putting a lot of
I see them.
a lot of positive comments right there for you, Ernie.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel? When you read these when you read these positive messages.
Now it makes me feel good, that people are out, they care, like I don't know these people, but they're listening in, and that means a lot to me. Just itself, like they're taking their time to listen to me, listen to my story, and then them putting up comments like that. It just shows that that's humanity right there at its finest. You know, uh, uh, um, people care, and it's gonna hang up.
Yep, yep. Hey, call back. I still got some petty on the count, so call back.
Because somebody had next.
Ah. All right, so I'm assuming he said somebody wants to jump on the kiosk and he's hogging it up. They might not be too happy with him, so we'll wait around to check if he's able to reconnect with us, or if not, then hopefully he calls us via phone, and we'll go ahead and continue via phone till the kiosk till the kiosk opens up once again. Let me say what up, big dog 6969. You got this, Ernie. Let me see. Eduardo writes, keep your head up, homie. I will be good, right? Let me say what's up, Smoggy Lantern. Hey, what up, Renee? Let me see. I was in tears hearing him on day one. Definitely, these a lot of stories are very very emotional. Let me see, Renee. I'm proud of him. So hey, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I was saying, I know a lot of you guys are here are expecting these hearings that I do in Maricopa and Pima, but sometimes I like to jump on these calls here um, and connect with gentlemen like Ernie. Let me see. Did you see the guy on? Nah, I didn't. I saw the video pop up on my screen, but I haven't taken a look at it. Um, man, I'm always getting stuff like that on my feed. So, but yeah, I haven't. I haven't. Let me see. Is it Eduardo? So you know him or not? I don't know him personally. I met him. So pretty much it's been like a chain link effect. And what I mean by that is I had a homie that crossed over to SNY maybe like 3 years ago, and he ended up hitting Centinela. And I had ran the idea by him that I wanted to start up a YT page and a TT page where I would interview individuals that were incarcerated. So it's from talking to one individual, they'll refer another individual. So it's just kind of been going like that. That's how I've connected. It's been through word of mouth, and they'll tell me like, hey, this I feel like this individual would be a good fit for what you're trying to push out, and that individual tells somebody else, and it's just been a domino effect. So that's how I connect with these individuals. Can you give me info on how to put money on these books? If you want to do that, I would just say is there's an app called JPay, or there's another one by GTO. I think it's called the Connected app, and you just have to provide his name and his CDCR number and the prison he's at, and you could drop some money in his book if you would like. That's just to throw this out there. That's not the reason that I do these lives. I don't want anybody to feel obligated to provide either myself or any of these individuals with any type of monetary gain. But if you do so, I'm sure he would appreciate it. And if you are serious about it, you can send me a message, and I could provide you like the apps and his information if you would like. I'm not gonna mention it to him just because I wouldn't want to get him like all excited and expect something, and nothing, nothing comes about it. People from time to time will drop messages like that, and nothing, it doesn't go anywhere. Um, so yeah, there it is. He's calling right back. All right, damn, Ernie hugging up the kiosk.
Hey man, we gotta get it
That's
in.
right.
Yeah, I don't want to fight nobody, but you know.
They were like Ernie, man, like Ernie's been hugging up the he's been hugging up the kiosk all week. What's up with him?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
good. It's good.
yeah,
I
for
got,
sure.
no, yeah, I just was saying that it feels good to see that people do care even though they don't know you, and and it means a lot. Like I said, it's just uh, um, I've been in here all these years and stuff, so you know um, it's just yeah, it's just a good feeling, man, that people care. That's it.
For
You
sure.
know.
And I just want to throw this out there. If anybody has any questions for Ernie, I'll be more than happy to. I know earlier on you guys were asking questions. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, get to them. But if you have questions for him, I'll be more than happy to, read them off, or he can even see them on the screen. So if you guys are curious about anything, feel free to, drop some questions in there.
Yeah, I'll try to answer as best as I can.
Let me see. So we got one from 314, and they're asking how many years he has left.
Well, I still have LWAP until it's a process that they're starting to do for LWAPs. They take you to like a CRA interview type, and then from there they're gonna start giving LWAPs the chance to appear before the parole board, and then if you're not ready to be released, like if you're not ready, they'll give you a 3-year denial, a 5-year denial, or a 7-year denial. And the denial in itself is really good from my position as an LWAP, because that means like, um, you know what? It's like this. They're telling you, or they're telling me, you know what? You're not ready yet. We're gonna deny you 3 years, so come back. We're gonna call you back in another 3 years, and then we're gonna hopefully by then you'll be ready. So what that tells me is that okay, next time around they might they might give me a chance this time. So that's how that is being played out right now. It's starting to.
And normally, when they
So
give you a 3-year denial, they also give you like a roadmap of what you're missing. So if like there's some
yes,
classes they feel that would benefit you, they will let you know like, hey, take these classes, or you need to work on this part, and then from what I've seen in the past with individuals that have gone back to the parole board, they'll normally parole them after, as long as they've done, whatever the parole
you
boards,
come.
asked them for.
Yes, you completed the things that they've asked you for, and they cannot really deny you on anything because you've done your part already that they've asked of you,
Yeah.
and that opens the door for you to go home.
Hey, and somebody asked, what prison are you at? And they also asked me how much are these video visits. These video visits are 20 cents a minute, so it's not they're not breaking the bank. Like, and I know in other states, I think they charge like a quarter or 25 or 50 cents a minute in other states, or even like $10 for like a 15-minute call.
Damn!
Yep.
Wow. Where am I at? I'm in San Diego, Donovan, on B yard, B as in boy, and it's a level 2 yard, non-designated. You know, that's where I'm at, and I don't know. I feel like this is where I'm gonna eventually go home from. That's how I'm feeling.
Hey Ernie, let me ask you. Renee is asking if you have any kids, and I know somebody earlier, and I think they had asked if you see your kids.
I do have two grown daughters. My oldest, she's gonna be 30, and then my youngest is 27. Um, and the last time I seen them on a visit was back in 2007 when I was in Kern Valley. And they were just like 12 years old at the time. Um, and the reason, and that's the last time I seen them. Um, the reason being is because me and their mom, we broke up, and then she went her own way, and obviously because the kids got to go with the mom. So you know, but um, I have talked to them every every now and then when I call them on the phone, and so they're doing good. They're staying out of trouble. I do have a grandson, and then a little granddaughter. She's like a year and a half, and so I'm excited. You know, so I'm a grandpa.
And let me see. Let me read off another comment that was dropped by Chad here. And he writes, "My sister was unalived, and it's hard for me to forgive stuff. Just like when we watched the parole board hearing. Yeah, so there's I mean, that's understandable. I know different individuals watch these type of streams and whatnot, and there's people that have been impacted by um, crimes like this where family members have been taken away. So I mean, everybody's entitled to feel the way they do. Everybody has their own reasons. I'm in the middle right now, just because I like to hear what led you guys down the path that you guys went down, and ultimately how you guys ended up where you guys ended up at.
You're asking me?
No, no, no. I was just reading off the comment, and I was just saying, how I,
Can you read that comment again?
So he
Can you
wrote.
read?
So Chad wrote, "My sister was unalive, and it's hard for me to forgive stuff. Just like when we watch the parole. So sometimes we'll watch. What I'll do is I'll stream like parole board hearings
Yes.
live, and then we'll listen to what the individuals have to say. And so he's saying that he's just expressing how he feels about.
So his sister passed away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
She was by somebody else. She was murdered,
yeah, yeah.
right?
In other words, yeah.
I would like to take this moment, and say that I'm sorry for your loss, and saying sorry. I know it doesn't change nothing, you know um it's as if I myself was the perpetrator of that crime to his sister, and you know it's it's horrible, like no, the guy with the thing on his head. Oh, he's over there. um somebody somebody was asking for the kiosk.
Tell me, Charlie's homeboy. I'm in the middle of something.
No, I had him waiting. I had him waiting. But back to what I was saying,
Yeah.
like um it's just yeah, sometimes it's a loss for words. Like, man, um I know that I'm doing the best I can to change, to not create another victim. And I'm not trying to say that it's about me right now because it's not. You know, and why is he? He's hogging up the phone.
Ernie's been a phone monster.
Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be my last one,
Okay.
and give these guys a chance.
Yeah, but like Ernie just got here. He's brand new to his yard. He's already taken over the damn kiosk. Who is this vato here?
Yeah.
He going all Hollywood on us.
Yeah.
All right, Ernie. But yeah, man. So I'm not sure how long I'm not sure how long we've been on this video visit for. But man, hey, I'm sure you could read all these messages up here. A lot of them are positive, so
Yeah.
we do appreciate you guys.
He says, oh, I don't know. It says right there, that one right there, Ernie. I'll miss you. I'm always here for you, even if I don't know you.
Damn, that's what's up. Hey, man, the part, man, that's why I love the internet, man. You could connect with people everywhere. And I'm not sure if I told you this, but we get a lot of people from the UK. We get people from Australia. We get people from New Zealand, from all over the United States, Canada. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing with Ernie, where are you guys tuning in from, so you could get a better understanding of where you guys are coming in from. He said we got Canada. Let me see. Saying keep your head up. You're almost done. Missouri, Illinois, Mexico City. Damn.
Damn.
Seattle, Washington, Bronx, New York, Canada, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Ontario, Canada. Love from Canada, New York, Seattle, Toronto, Canada, Amarillo, Texas, Missouri, Nuevo Mexico. Much love from Seattle,
Yeah. Okay.
Minnesota, MD. I think MD is Maryland, right? Delaware, Northern Ireland. Sheesh, we got the UK up in the
Wow.
casa.
Who's that? Haley from Northern Ireland?
Yup.
Wow.
Yup. We got let me see, we got much love from La ZM. What's ZM? No, La Migra. Is that La Migra? Hey, also, hey,
No.
the big the one and only Big J. He's a CBP. He's a ICE officer.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Wow.
yep,
Oh, you never know who's tuning in.
yep. Yeah, he
You
put it right
know.
there. Much love from La Migra.
That's right. Oh,
Hey, you were born here, right, Ernie? You were born
yes,
here.
I
Oh,
was.
okay.
Yes, I was.
Oh
My
man,
daughters are born over here too.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Ernie, man, hey, man, well, hey, man, I do appreciate, man, you hitting us up. Anything that you want to say to the audience before we're cut off?
No, no, um, just like I said, Alan Marie. It says, Ernie, have a good night. You
There it
too.
is.
Have a good night. No, I just want to say thank you to all your listeners. Thank you for positive comments and for taking their time, like I said, and express that it means a lot because you know they could easily be doing something else. Everybody out there is on the free world. They could be entertained by something else. And so um, it just feels good to be listened to. And you know hope I answer their questions as best as I can. And you know that you guys receive my honesty, and that's it. I try to be transparent. Is this is, Vamos a hacer otra interview al rato.
We can. We
Buenos
can.
días.
Yeah, hit me up. Either send me a message or give me a call, like tomorrow if you want, and then we could set something up. All right, guys. So, hey, I do appreciate you guys. I'm not. Don't go away. We're gonna do a court session right now. Court just started right now in what is it? Arizona. And let's go ahead and switch it up really quick. Let me get this court. Let me go ahead and get this court session. We're gonna be going to the 8 p.m. court in Arizona, if you will. Let me see where this at. Damn, James, you didn't have it ready. Well, I wasn't sure how long we were gonna be on for. See, let me put the court. James, I know where you're going now for the court. Go.
Come on, grab your paperwork to your left.
All right, and here it is. What you guys been waiting for?
Frank Yanez to the podium.
Oh, I can't see nothing, James. I'm
And
blind.
Eleuterio Hernandez to the chair, please.
Can't see the court, James. Let me see. Window capture. Which one am I gonna do right here? Let me see.
Good evening. May I have your name and date of birth?
Frank Yanez, 82767.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on May 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on May 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here on a probation violation for violating term 1. I will appoint you an attorney in that case as well and set a probation revocation arraignment hearing on May 28th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court as well. I will issue a secured bond today in the amount of $250 on each case, so $500 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Did somebody,
what's the violation of probation?
Did somebody
So
say
term
mustache?
1 is that you failed to remain law abiding, so that the new charges being brought into court on those new charges is an automatic violation of term 1. Okay. But talk to your attorney about that, okay? All that's in your paperwork. Grab that to your left and take a seat.
Next!
Eleuterio Hernandez to the podium and Brian Lozano to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Eleuterio Hernandez, 2/23/1965.
It's
Thank you. We are here today on a
Mario.
probation violation warrant for violating terms 4 and 7 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on May 28th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $250. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Damn, I think the lawyers
Brian
came in today
Lozano to the podium and Jesse Chavez to the chair.
because the back room, the door's open, so we probably missed it. And if you guys could do me a favor, if you guys could tap the screen, if you guys could go ahead and share, let's get some people in here. We're at 81 right now on the small account.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Let's run the numbers up.
Brian Noé Alvarado Lozano, 6 de mayo 2001.
Sir, do you need an interpreter or do you speak English?
Interpreter.
¿Qué? What?
Okay.
What the what?
Okay.
Thank you.
Next!
Jesse Chavez to the podium and Jenia Mitchell to the chair, please.
Up next.
Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jesse Chavez, 10-10-93.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating terms of your probation. Looks like, give me one second, term 1 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on May 28th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $50. I believe you are being held on bond on your other case. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So I'm just setting a placeholder bond on this one. If you end up being able to post bond on your municipal court case, you just have to pay $50 on this and you can be released on both.
Alright.
I am going to order that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you have to contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat.
Save
Jenia
our-
Mitchell to the podium
Save our
and
brother.
Vernon Ford to the chair, please.
That's right, Chad. Hey, hopefully everybody's doing good today. I appreciate you guys tuning in.
Good evening.
Damn,
May I
she's
have your
tall.
name and date of birth?
Jemiah Mitchell, 0829-2001.
Thank you. And I do apologize for mispronouncing your name. That was not my intention. We are here today on a new case. You were arrested on allegations of criminal damage, Class 5 felony, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today to the supervision of pretrial services. You're going to get an envelope as you leave court today that has details on pretrial release. Make sure you read through that. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. I'm also ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Love out the lockup.
Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Vernon Ford to the podium and Fernando Guerrero to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Vernon Ford, 4/26/1977.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I'm setting a status conference on June 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. I'm also ordering that you not possess any drugs without a valid prescription and no driving without a valid driver's license.
Sure.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Fernando Guerrero to the podium and Obadiah Reynolds to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Fernando Guerrero, 10/15/1993.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, and criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on June 5th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on June 9th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on a Justice Court warrant on the El Centro Justice Court for a case involving criminal trespassing, Class 3 misdemeanor. I will set an arraignment hearing in the El Centro Justice Court on June 5th at 8:30 a.m. as well.
So the 5th, 8th, or 5th, 9th, and
so there's two different hearings at the same time, one in the downtown Superior Court and one in the Justice Court. So you will want to contact the Justice Court to see if you can get that hearing moved. The hearing's automatically set in our system. I don't have control over changing court dates in the Justice Court. Right now they're set at the same time. But make sure to call the Justice Court because obviously you can't be in two places at once. Okay?
Yes.
So I am going to release you on your own recognizance on both of these cases.
Okay.
That's just a promise to appear at your court dates.
Okay.
I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Obadiah Reynolds to the podium and Anthony Mondroot to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Obadiah Reynolds, July 25th, 1989.
Thank you. We are here today on a Justice Court warrant out of the University Lakes Justice Court. It's for a case involving criminal trespassing. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case. Give me 1 second here. So I did notice that you're on what's called a page 2 today. That means you were already in custody. Before we proceed forward, I do want to ask you a couple of questions. I just want you to know you don't have to answer any of my questions. If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. I'm just trying to clarify a couple of things for my release orders. Were you in custody on another case on which you were being held on bond?
Well, basically, my case actually, I will be released tomorrow because I was sentenced to 60 days.
Oh, okay. So your 60 days is up tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. So what I was inclined to do is I was going to release you on your own recognizance on this case. But if I release you on this one, you still have to serve any time that you had on any other cases.
No.
So if what you're telling me is correct and you're going to be out tomorrow, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if for whatever reason that you stay in on that case, you would still be released on this one. If you want just to be safe, I can set a small placeholder bond on this case.
Oh, no, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just know, though, if you're, for whatever reason, you're not released tomorrow, then you would technically still be released. In this case, you wouldn't be getting credit for time served.
Okay.
So I just want you to be aware of that, okay?
For sure.
So I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at the arraignment hearing on June 10th at 1:30 p.m. in the University Lakes Justice Court. And I will also order that you not to return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with the arresting officers, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. Thank you, Your
Go ahead
Honor.
and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Anthony Mondrew to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Anthony Paul Mondrew, 52405.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. They're both Justice Court cases, one out of Moon Valley and one out of the West McDowell Justice Court.
Yeah, can I say something?
Let me get through everything and then I'll give you the opportunity. I might be able to answer your question before we get to the end, okay? So I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the West McDowell Justice Court on June 10th at 1:30 p.m. And then I will set an arraignment hearing in the Moon Valley Justice Court on June 6th at 10 a.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance on both cases. So just make sure that you get to each of the hearings that's at two different courthouses.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Moon Valley one?
Yes.
I didn't really remember, like, I don't even know where Moon Valley is. But the one on West McDowell, I do remember going to those court dates. I pretty sure it was a failure to appear on it or something because
failure to appear.
Yeah, because I had
so the addresses that are going to be in your paperwork are for both courthouses.
Okay.
So just pay attention. Make sure you go to the right courthouse for the right date.
Okay.
So your paperwork's going to look the same. You're going to get two different orders. One's for Moon Valley, one's for West Mesa. The addresses and the court dates are on the same piece of paper.
Okay.
So just make sure you get to the right courthouses.
All right.
I am going to order that you not have contact with any of the arresting officers and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
To enhance community.
Ryan Lozano to the podium. Do we have our interpreter on the line?
Yes, you do.
And may I have your name and your interpreter number, please?
Yes, Tanya, ID 401767.
Thank you. And are you prepared to interpret for a legal matter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, señor. ¿Me puede, por favor, dar su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
Brian Noé Alvarado Lozano, 6 de mayo 2001.
This is the interpreter. Is it okay if I ask for the repetition of the first name?
That's fine.
But, disculpe, ¿me puede repetir su nombre una vez más?
Brian Noé Alvarado Lozano.
Brian Noel Alvarado Lozano, May 6, 2001.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court probation violation warrant.
Gracias. Está frente a la corte por una violación de su probatoria condicional.
It's for violating terms 3 and 5 of your probation.
Y porque violó los términos 3 y 5 de su libertad bajo condicional.
I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in your case.
Le voy a asignar una representación legal de su caso.
And I'm setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on May 28th at 8:30 a.m.
To apologize, May 28, 8:30 a.m.
Correct.
Y le voy a asignar para que tenga una audiencia de su aprobación de su libertad bajo condición para el 28 de mayo a las 8:30 de la mañana.
I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250.
Y le voy a asignar un monto para una de $250 para poder dejarlo en libertad condicional.
If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Si usted paga la multa, le voy a pedir que por favor no tenga ninguna posesión de armas, alcohol o drogas.
And that you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release.
Y tiene que contactarse con su oficial de libertad bajo condición en las próximas 72 horas después de que sea liberado.
All of this will be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Todo esto va a estar en su documentación. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and then take a seat.
Si puede agarrar su documentación a la mano izquierda y por favor siéntese.
And thank you so much to our interpreter. That was the only one we needed you on, so feel free to disconnect at any time.
Thank you for using our services. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. gallery clear except for the last two? Let's have Kevin Hancock to the podium and Marcelo Perry to the chair, please. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kevin Hancock, February 8th, 1994.
Thank you, counsel.
Joe Tobler for Mr. Hancock, Your Honor. May we proceed, or do we?
Let me get appearances from everybody. Mr. Kellerman, I do see that you're on the Teams meeting. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. George Kellerman from the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Good evening.
Thank you. Mr. Hancock, we are here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. Mr. Tobler, did you want to be heard on something before I read out the charges today?
We'll waive the reading of the charges, Your Honor, and obviously enter a plea of not guilty, but we would like to address bond. We don't have, obviously, the grand jury transcript. We just have the charges that came from the grand the warrant, but I can tell you a lot about Mr. Hancock here. He's been working for UPS for years and has been steadily employed since he was doing his education in Idaho. He was born and raised here in the Valley. His family is here in the Valley. His wife, his kids, his parents still here in the Valley. He has a good work history, no criminal history whatsoever. I don't think he even has traffic tickets because he works at UPS as a driver, and I don't think that those two things work together. But his family's here. He's not a flight risk. He doesn't have ties really anywhere else besides his bachelor's. He is also has a supportive wife who she has a heart defects, congenital heart defects that require regular surgeries and checkups. She just had some monitoring done recently, and so he helps with that, and it's important for him to be there because that's a serious issue for the family and also as far as taking care of the family. He's not a danger to the community. He's got no criminal history whatsoever. They've hired counsel to represent him. He's interested in resolving this matter. Right now, what I saw is that the grand jury warrant was set as $100,000 cash. That's too high for anyone really to post. It's unreasonable. So we're asking the judge to set something reasonable that someone with relatively low means would be able to post, and especially where it's clear they have regular hospital bills coming in as well as a family support situation to take care of. We'd ask for $10,000, $15,000 secured, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Tobler. Mr. Kellerman, did you want to be heard on release conditions today?
Your Honor, this grand jury warrant was issued May 14th of this year. As this court, I believe, as a matter of practice, grand jury warrants in the amount of $10,000 or more are affirmed at the initial appearance, and any modification in that amount is left for some subsequent hearing and argument. So the state tonight would simply request this court affirm the $100,000 cash bond on the grand jury warrant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kellerman. Mr. Tobler, I did see that you were entering a notice of appearance moving forward. Is that correct?
Our office is representing moving forward.
Okay. So I will have you listed as the attorney of record moving forward. I am going to set that arraignment hearing on May 28th at 8:30, and that's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. And counsel, I'll make sure that you get a copy of the release conditions that have that date on it as well. Mr. Hancock, I do have to take in consideration about 15 different factors according to the law when I set release conditions. Unfortunately, with the grand jury proceedings, they're sealed in nature. As of right now, I don't even know what was presented to the grand jury other than the allegations that are against you, the official charges. And I know that they allegedly happened in the end of 2020. Unfortunately, because of that, I don't have a lot to operate in terms of your safety to be released back into the community. At this point in time, I am going to affirm the $100,000 cash bond that the judge had already set at the grand jury proceedings. Your attorney is free to ask for a modification at the next hearing when more information can be shed light and more argument can be held from all parties on a more informed view, but I am going to affirm that bond at this point in time. I am also going to order that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release if you do post that bond. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, including your witness, no contact with any minors. You're prohibited from accessing the internet through any electronic means except for work, school, or consulting legal counsel. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, nor drive without a valid driver's license. All this information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions specifically about my orders today?
I do, Your Honor. The court ordered no contact with any minors. He has minor children. Is that inclusive of them?
So at this point, counsel, I don't even know who the victims are in this case, so I'm going to order all minors at this point. I understand counsel's concern there. I don't want to restrict contact with your client's child if there's not a victim issue here or a potential danger to that child. But since I simply don't know, I'm going to order, at least for the time being, no minor victim contact, or no minor contact at all. But that can be re-urged at the next hearing if that's appropriate.
Thank you. And you are leaving this without prejudice, so we can address that.
Yeah, a motion to modify would be more than appropriate, especially given the fact that I'm operating on just a warrant today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Kellerman, anything else from the state today?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Tobler, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Feel free to use that room in the back if you want to talk with your client a little bit further. We'll make sure to get both of you a copy of those release orders.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, Mr. Kellerman, are you appearing on the last matter as well, or just that one?
Just that one, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Feel free to stick around or disconnect. It's up to you.
Thank you. I think I'll disconnect.
Not a problem. Marcelo Perry to the podium. Good evening, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, Marcelo Perry, 10/23/2000.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 3 counts of luring a minor for sexual exploitation, Class 3 felonies, 3 counts of child enticing to facilitate sex with a minor, Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of sexual contact with a minor, Class 6 felonies. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on May 28th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on May 30th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $75,000. I'm also ordering that if you post that bond, that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not have contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no contact with any minors, you're prohibited from having any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. I'm also ordering that you may not initiate any contact with any alleged victim for any reason. That includes both direct or indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor respond to any contact from any listed victim. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
How does the bond thing work? This is like my first time.
So it's a secured bond. That does mean you can go through a bonding company. Typically, they require about 10% to be paid to them plus some sort of collateral. So 10% of the $75,000 would be $7,500. When you get back to processing, they'll give you the information on all the bonding companies and kind of a little bit more about that procedure, and you'll have the ability to call them to see if you can get that something like that up. You can also pay that entire amount yourself. I don't know your means, if that's an ability you can, but that option is open to you.
Okay.
All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Okay. And then as far as like the attorney, all the information is in there, right?
Right, yeah. I'm appointing you an attorney. Your attorney will meet you at your next hearing. Their contact information will also be in the paperwork.
Okay. 28, that's in a week, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and take a seat. And then, officers, did we get a reason why Mr. Brown can't be brought to court today?
Mr. Brown.
Okay, so we are here today on number 1, Anthony Brown. He is unable to be brought to court because he's unable to function. Based on that, I will find that he's a danger to himself or others if he were brought to court. I will conduct his initial appearance at his cell. We are here today on a fugitive of justice matter. It is a parole violation warrant out of Texas. I will set a fugitive from justice initial hearing on June 2nd at 1:30 p.m. in the downtown Superior Court, and I will hold Mr. Brown non-bondable because it is a parole violation. I will review all this with him at his cell and provide him with his written conditions. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. That does conclude the 8 p.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 p.m.
Did he say 11 p.m.? No. James got that AI. He got that AI activated, if you will. Let me see you guys at 11. Hey, appreciate you, Matthew. Appreciate you, Chad. Who else is here? Palms, thank you. Highly appreciate you. You see who else is here? Chad. We got Chad. Let me see. Hey, hell yeah, Will P. 100% chemical. Just let him have it. Just snip it off. Just toma. Lorena Bobbitt him. You don't need it. Then stuff it in his mouth, preferably. Hey, Brittany. Hey, the ending was crazy. And I caught the last one. I didn't even catch the one before that. Was there 2 or 3 today? Let me see here. Disgusting. Yeah, lock him up. Hell nah. Let me see. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, we love you. Hey, thank you. Highly appreciate you guys. That's right, Smoggy Ladder. Hey man. Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a little break right now. I am expecting a call from prison. If Javi calls me, then I'll go ahead and start one back up. How the motorcycle chase early? I don't even know. To be honest with you, after it ended, I went and I took a nap and I just woke up. So I didn't even follow up on it. But you know what? I'll probably jump on the website for that news station to see if what was the outcome of that chase was. Let me see. We act as a decoy, and online we have 8 cases open, 1 CPS, and 1 in jail. Damn. Hey, thank you. Hey, Michael, thank you. Highly appreciate it. Much love. Gracias. Let me see here. All right, guys. So, hey, you guys have a good one. I'll be back. I'll be back shortly. All right. Make sure you got the notifications. If you haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's gross what they do. Ooh, something ugly. Anyhow, hey, I am Collect Call James. You are watching. You have a Collect Call From. And like I said right here, livestock with candle. Once you blow it out, it slices out. And with that, we are out a rato. Danny, see you at 11, all right? Be here or be a square.